Hey everybody, in this video, we're going to share our adventure in the Colca Canyon in Peru.
Where I got to ride a mule.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Deb.
And welcome back to the channel. So today we thought we would share a little bit about our recent trip to the Colca Canyon, which is just outside of Arequipa, Peru. It's a little longer video, but there was a ton to share. It was a really exciting time. We hope you'll stick with us through it.
This was a very intense hike.
Yes.
And we booked this through Viator, as we often do a lot of our tours. It was $125 each. It was a 3-day, 2-night tour. So the tour did include, for the $125 each, 3 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners. It included 2 nights lodging and a guide. Yeah. So that was a pretty good deal, I thought.
Good value, yeah. Yep.
So the Colca Canyon, it's about a 4-hour drive outside of Arequipa, and it is the 6th deepest canyon in the world.
Right.
The deepest is, and it's at 11,000 feet.
And I think we felt all of that.
Yeah, we felt all of that. So the deepest canyon's in Tibet, and that one is really deep. It's at 19,700 feet. And then in comparison, the Grand Canyon is the 8th deepest canyon in the world, and it comes in at 6,093 feet. There's oddly one canyon that's deeper in Peru than the Colca Canyon by 4 feet.
By 4 feet. Somebody did the measurement. Yeah.
So anyway, it was a very fantastic tour. We're going to share all of that with you in this video, so please stay with us.
Okay, so to kick this great hike off, we started out very early in the morning.
We got up at 2 a.m. on Friday. We had to be down at our meeting point in Centro, very specifically at 2:55, they said.
Yeah.
And it is about a 25-minute walk for us down there. It was an interesting walk because, we're walking in the middle of the night in Arequipa from our neighborhood down to Centro, which felt extremely safe. Like, we never felt unsafe.
Yeah.
And at that time, at 2 to 2:30 in the morning, the partiers are still going. So you could hear the clubs going. You could see the cabs.
You could see the rooftop clubs. All the lights are flashing and the music is playing. And we're like, we just are waking up and they're still up partying at night. Yeah.
Yes. We're a little older than they are, I imagine.
Yeah.
So anyway, we made our way back to Centro. We all loaded a bus. And for us, this was a 3-day, 2-night, but some of the people on our bus were taking you can do the Colca Canyon in 2 days. So you just spend one night. I do not suggest that.
Do the 3-day.
Do
your body a justice and do the 3-day and let it rest.
Yes. So the first morning, because we took off so early in the morning, I think our bus ultimately left about 3:30 in the morning from Arequipa. And we drove about 3 hours to where our first stop, which was breakfast. Now, this is up over mountains.
Right.
I know there was at least one guy on our bus that had shorts on, which he probably...
he told me, because he was sitting next to me, he regretted having shorts on.
It is up through the mountains in the dark, and there is no heat on the bus, on the van, and our windows frosted over. It was so cold.
Because you're going way up over the top of the Andes in order to get to the other side so you can hike Colca Canyon. So it is very cold, you guys. So
very cold.
Even though the canyon hike is warm and hot, you need to make sure that you're bringing some sort of coat or hoodie or something to be able to keep warm as you're going up over the pass.
So then we stopped for breakfast. It was just a little buffet breakfast. It was very simple, but they thankfully had very hot tea that morning.
Hot tea, because it was very cold.
We were all cold when we got off the van.
We're all just drinking our tea like this.
So breakfast, and then we made our way about maybe another hour to the starting point in the Colca Canyon. So by the time, and when we got to the Colca Canyon, we met our guide, Yvonne. And then we were not a large group. We were joined by Mateo from France and Zohaib and Salima from Canada. And we were actually pretty lucky because I think I remember at one time Yvonne told us he had groups as large as 13 or 15.
Yeah, which seems like a lot.
And we were a group of 5 hikers and our guide, and it was perfect.
That was
so nice.
Awesome. And they stopped when we first got there, right to the kind of the beginning station. They got us our tickets. The tickets are these very beautiful, like really nice kind of commemorative tickets. They're really nice. And then Yvonne gave us kind of a what to do, what not to do, make sure to stay with the guide. Sometimes he would go ahead, gave us kind of the rules of the road. So that was pretty cool.
So the first day, The first day we hiked down into the canyon, 7 kilometers, and it was rough.
You guys, 7 kilometers doesn't sound like a long way. People run 5Ks all the time. People run 10Ks all the time. When you are hiking 7 kilometers down the side of the canyon, and anybody who hikes
over rocks,
down is harder than up. It's just brutal on your knees. It's brutal on your hips. And we're zigzagging, you know, because you can't just like slide straight down the canyon. We're zigzagging down the side of the canyon. And we're in the full sun. So, you know, here in Peru,
we're pretty sure we did not drink enough water that first day.
Yeah, we probably did not. In Peru, you know, high altitude, the sun is blazing. Hats, sunscreen. I feel like I say this in every hiking video. Hats, sunscreen, and tons of water. We probably did not drink enough water. But
so it was also, besides being tough, it was also very beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous.
We had condors flying around, which was amazing. We made our way down, and then we were. I won't say him. Some of us were a little slower than others.
Yeah, that's fine. We did our own pace.
And so we met our group down at a bridge. It was very scenic little bridge, and then took a break, and then eventually made our way up to our lodge.
Because once you go down to the bottom of the canyon, then you got to go up the other side to get to the lodge. So just a little
short way up. So we were staying at the Colibri Lodge. So we got to the lodge maybe about 2:00 in the afternoon and had lunch.
And beers.
And beer.
Because they had cold beer waiting for us.
And our room was way more than we expected. We weren't really sure after reading reviews what to expect for lodging. But our room was, I mean, it was very simple. There's no like TV or artwork or anything, but the bed was extremly comfortable. The pillows were comfortable.
Everything that mattered was there.
Everything that mattered, because all you want to do is sleep anyway. So our bathroom had toilet paper, but no towels.
Right.
And we expected that.
And that, just so when you're reading the review, some will say, you know, it doesn't have toilet paper, it doesn't have towels or whatever. So definitely make sure you bring your own towel. That's important.
And we actually brought a whole lot of Kleenex because I wasn't sure when we'd get toilet paper.
Right.
But so that first day, we had our rooms. We actually took a nap that first day.
We
probably
did,
a pretty long
because
one.
we were exhausted.
And then fortunately, our group was just great. I mean, we loved the people in our group. So we had a really great dinner that night, and
sat and chatted
for a long time. And Deb's knees were extremely sore by the end of the day. So I was very looking forward to going to bed that night.
Yep. Okay, so we made it to the lodge for our day one. And this is really kind of important if you're thinking about whether or not you want to do a 2-day hike or a 3-day hike. The nice thing about getting to the lodge on day one is we got to stop and we got to drink beer and take a nap and rest and have a good time. And the people who were on the 2-day hike, they had to hike another 7 kilometers on day one. So there was like a break for lunch, and then they just had to book it and go. So, you know, 7 kilometers down for us was rough. I can't imagine us trying to do the full 14 in day one. That's tough.
That would have been very tough.
Right. So we woke up.
So on our second day, so now this was Saturday morning, we woke up and we had breakfast with our group. I believe some pancakes.
Yeah, it's good pancakes. Like we got served great food while we were there. Yeah.
So the hike started out much better on the second day for me anyway, with my poor knees were like still trying to recover. On the second day, there was a little bit of up, and the up isn't as hard on your knees as the down is.
Right.
So we were hiking back up a little bit onto a plateau.
Yeah. And I thought the plateau was really cool because we got just amazing views and this kind of cool little city that we got to walk through.
I think we walked through a couple little towns maybe up on the plateau.
Yeah.
And they were like traditional towns. And so that was really enjoyable to get to see that.
And Yvonne, as we walked through this, by the way, Yvonne was a great guide. He was giving us kind of history and what to look for. And one of the towns we came through was it's a mining town. There's a big gold and copper mine that's up over the mountain. And he was talking about how the copper mine was supporting the city. So kind of neat.
So again, more walking.
Lots of walking.
Unfortunately, on this second day, then we had to climb. We actually went quite far down into the canyon, it felt like.
Yeah.
And already my knees were in bad shape. So we were so slow that day because I had to take my time. And my knees were just cooked by the time we got to the second night stay.
But you guys, our guide, Iman, was so good.
Mhm.
He was so patient. He
was
kept
very
telling us,
patient.
take your time,
Mhm.
go your pace. You know,
Mhm.
I'll be waiting for you at the bridge when you get there.
Uh-huh.
So, and we could see the bridge.
We
It's
can look
just we
down
had
and
to
see where he was.
zigzag down.
Yes. So on the second day, we zigzagged down to a bridge again. And then we made our way to the second lodge,
Yes.
which was called
The Paraíso Las Palmas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Paradise Palms.
uh-huh, and it looked like a little paradise
Oh.
hotel. Had a beautiful pool.
Here's the cool thing is when you're, you know, even though it's torture zigzagging down the thing, you can see down, you can
Mhm.
see this beautiful pool just calling to you saying, come, you know,
Mhm.
dip your knees in.
Now the pool was very cold, so we did just dip our knees in
Yeah.
just to kind of help cool everything off.
Reduce the inflammation.
That's right. That's right. But at the second hotel, again, that room was very just bare.
It was simple. Let's just say
Simple.
that. It was simple,
Mhm.
but it had a good bed.
Good bed,
Yep.
which is what that's what we wanted. So
That's all we
much.
cared
Yes.
about. Yeah.
After all that hiking, you just want a good bed.
We had good food at the first hotel.
Mhm.
We had good food at the second hotel. And it was
Mhm.
just nice to hang around, chat with our group,
Mhm.
have a good time. And eat
This
a meal.
hotel also had no towels and no toilet paper.
Yep.
So I have brought several little packs of Kleenex, so we were okay.
Both of them did have showers, just so
Mhm.
you know. No hot water in the showers, so be
Mhm.
aware of that. But
That's
it is
true.
nice to be able to rinse the grime off. So
Mhm. And yes, good company for dinner again.
it was great.
It was
It was
another
a
great day.
Good day too.
Mhm.
Okay, day 3. Day 3 was an adventure in itself. We got up at what time?
3:45 in the morning.
3:45 in the morning. It was very dark out, but we need to do it because you're hiking up this time. And if you wait too long, you'll be hiking up in all that brutal sunshine. And so we had to get up and hike early and in the dark.
Mhm. And so we did not go up at the same time.
Nope.
You left at 4:15 in the morning
Yep.
to hike in the dark.
Very early. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was. I mean, so just so you know, if you're going to hike up, you're going to be hiking in the dark. It's a really good idea to bring a light. I did not. So basically I was following our guide, Ivan, and it was a full moon, which was absolutely amazing. But I was watching every step he was taking using his guide light to be able to do it safely. And it was 6 kilometers and took really about 3 hours time to be able to do it. But it was a good, challenging, all uphill hike.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just have to know your limitations. And after 2 days of hiking, my legs were like, nope.
I think your knees were done.
They were done. And so you did have the option to take a mule up. Now, I think you could actually, if you, on the second day, you probably, because we saw a guy
You
took
can
a
take
mule
a mule
up.
on any day. If for some reason you feel like you can't do the rest of the hike, you can take a mule on any day.
So I took the mule on the third day,
Right.
so our last morning. And so I got up with Sean, but I met with the other people with the mule at 5:30. But we didn't actually leave till about 6:15. There was one other girl in our group. She was young, and she also just decided she couldn't take the mule up. And so we met with our guides and the mules, and we headed up canyon.
So it's interesting because as I'm hiking up in the dark, there are tall steps. I mean, and it's a challenging. This is not an easy trail. I would say it was an intermediate to low advanced trail.
Yep. And my mule is climbing this.
The same path.
Same path.
Right.
And so he's like jumping up on some of these like small boulders, and I am holding on for dear life.
And you have to, if you've never ridden a mule, you have to like adjust
you have to lean
yourself
forward because you don't want to fall off the back when he's jumping and
flip off.
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Now the mules, they had about 4 extra mules, I think. And on the way up, we picked up other people that decided they didn't want to hike.
So there's a tip for you. If for some reason you're halfway up this and your knees give out, or you feel like what you don't want to do is injure yourself really badly. And so you can talk to your guide. You can tell them, I think I'm done.
Well, but there has to actually be a mule coming by with no person on it.
They will tell you if a mule is coming to be able to pick you up. But it was I thought that was a good safety measure.
And so riding the mule maybe was an hour and 30 minutes. And so we got up just shortly after the group had hiked up.
We hiked up 3 hours, got to the top. I waited like 10 minutes, got a cup of coffee, and here comes Deb right up on our on our rear doing the mule. So it was kind of perfect timing. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so when you get to the top, the nice thing is there's this nice Peruvian lady who's got a table and she's got tea and coffee and all kinds of snacks. So you can and it's nice and sunny up there because you're hiking in the dark and it's kind of cold. You get up there, you get a nice drink, you get a nice snack, you can rest for a minute, which was good.
I also kind of want to make a comment on that too, because we had read bring lots of water in your own snacks, and this is true, but there are people in the canyon that are little tiendas set up where they are selling snacks and water. And yes, they may be a little bit more expensive than you would buy them back here in Arequipa, but also it saves you from not overloading your pack too.
So yeah, that's
it is
a great
an option.
point. We brought lots of snacks and they were probably the heaviest things in our pack.
We probably didn't need to bring as much as we did.
We didn't.
Okay, so we've made it to the top of the canyon. We then walked, it was just a short walk into town.
10 minutes or so.
And we had breakfast. We couldn't tell you what the name of the breakfast place is because it wasn't like it was a restaurant. I think it was somebody's home.
I
and they
think
were
that's
cooking
exactly what it is. That was really nice.
And they had tables and chairs set up out like in a courtyard. So we were very hungry at this point because the breakfast was after coming up the side of the canyon.
Yeah, so you didn't eat breakfast and then hike. You hike and then eat breakfast.
So make sure
3
you
hours.
have snacks for that hike for sure.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So breakfast. So we got done with breakfast. Then we made our way. We were basically making our way back to Arequipa for the day. And it was a whole day event. So after breakfast, we got back on a van. And our first stop was for the thermal baths.
Thermal baths, right.
And these thermal baths were incredible. And they were, it was very low cost to get in.
Yeah. I want to say it was 5 sols each to get in. It was
somewhere
really
there.
inexpensive.
So maybe $3 or $4 each. And they had different pools around the place with varying temperatures. So you could choose how hot of a thermal bath you wanted.
Yeah. And in this little kind of eco park that we went into, there's probably 7 or 8 of those pools. And then at the bottom, if you really want it, there's the cold river and you can do a cold plunge into the river.
We had grabbed a couple chairs by the hottest.
It's the hottest one.
I couldn't get in that one. It was so hot. It was too hot for me.
I got in. It was hot and it felt so good. All my muscles were like, yeah, this is it. Yeah. So she went to the second.
But the next one over was much better.
Yeah.
So then we made our way back onto the bus and we made a stop. It was kind of like a volcano overlook.
It was.
And it wasn't one of our volcanoes here in Arequipa.
Yeah.
But this was one that was, I guess you would call it active. It was actively.
It would smoke.
It smokes every day.
It smokes like 15 to 20 times, I think he said, every day. Yeah.
And so then, of course, because you're in Peru, we passed so many llamas and alpacas, and they stopped and let people off the van to get pictures of that.
Yep.
And then made our way to lunch. So lunch on your last day is at a buffet lunch. So we had read tips about this. Just be prepared. It's not inexpensive.
It was a little on the pricey side.
It was a little bit pricier, and the food was just okay.
Fine.
It was fine. We're not generally complainers. So
no, it was
we
fine.
did fine.
Yeah, lunch was good. Yeah.
And then we made our way back over the mountains.
Yep. And so the nice thing about going over the mountains this time is we got to see it.
We actually got to see it this time.
When
It was
we were
dark.
going up, it was dark, but it was really pretty. The guide that we had, because we had a different guide on this bus, shared a lot of tips, a lot of interesting information about the Andes and about Arequipa and about Peru. So it was entertaining. We got good, beautiful scenery and some informational history.
And we made it back to Arequipa about 5:30. We
Right
hit
at rush
traffic.
hour.
Yeah, we hit traffic. So, I mean, I highly, highly suggest that, especially if you're younger and have healthy knees. This was such an incredible experience.
Yep.
If you're worried, did I push myself a little bit too much? Probably. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. This has been on Deb's list of to-dos for a long time. And so
the first time I heard about people hiking the Colca Canyon, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to do that.
Want to do that. Yeah. And I knew a little bit about what to expect, but I'm not quite sure. I think I underestimated the technical difficulty of it.
I think I did too. I didn't realize it would be quite that difficult.
Yeah. And so just do your research, make sure you understand exactly what you're kind of getting yourself into. I did really feel like the tour was very well structured. structured. Our guide was good. I was happy as the person who was trying to take care of you when your knees were hurting that there was always an out. I was really proud of Deb for knowing her limits and not pushing herself to the point that she actually physically injured herself. And you got a cool experience riding a mule up the mountain. So
riding the mule up the mountain was scary and very fun and cool.
So it's just different experiences for different people. So I totally think it was worth doing. I thought it was a great pick. Nice job. I thought it was an outstanding experience, and I'm glad that we did it.
Yep.
So we hope that our experience might help you if you're thinking about hiking the Colca Canyon in Arequipa. If you've got questions that we can answer, ask them in the comments. Obviously, we'll do our best to answer them. Be sure to like and subscribe.
And thank you for joining us.
And we will see you in the next video.